Good morning, out for our morning stroll with the animals. Oh God, here come the chihuahuas. This lady walks like 5 dogs at once. So we've got to, we're having a fit here. We're going the opposite direction. Anyway, stay tuned. I got a good one for you today. Good morning, everybody. Crafting Journey here, that Journey chick over on Instagram. Welcome to another edition of Crafting and Crime Daily, the show where I recap live trials and bring you other breaking news on crimes out there. True crime. Who doesn't love true crime? So it's hump day. Mike. Remember that? Anyway, Wednesday, but tonight at 6 p.m. Central, I'll be live doing Craft with Me Wednesday. We're going to do watercolor tonight because I got it out yesterday and just played and played. So I'll show you some of the stuff that I did pretty quickly. Goodness, I was like a mad woman. All of this stuff that I wasn't wasting paper. This is all, I went to the back page of stuff that I had already done. So yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. So yeah, this is another time. Here's yesterday. I don't know what I was going for. I was just like painting and listening to the closing arguments in the Kevin Eastman trial. No idea what that is. Supposed to be a flower. Yeah, just getting a little wild with the colors. Here's one. I was practicing leaves afterwards on that one. Now here is my attempt at the Aurora Borealis. Yeah, not so great. Then I just slapped a flower over it. Yeah. So here's one of my Aurora Borealis. I thought was kind of decent with the trees. So there's this one and then this one here. So I don't know which one looks more like the Aurora Borealis. So do you think, which night sky? Because I could go ahead and fill in this painting, do some mountains and things like that, or just some trees. But I don't know. You know, the thing with the Aurora Borealis is it changes all the time. So maybe I'll work on this one tonight during Craft With Me Wednesday. Yeah, this one, I was practicing wet on wet with this one. I don't know, it's really cool. So I like that one. And is that it? Yeah. So, oh, the last one. This one I'm most proud of. I think I did a pretty good job on this one. You can't really tell. Maybe you can. I put in some of this shimmery gold around the flowers. So today, this will be hidden somewhere in the video. If you can tell me the timestamp where you see it, I'll pin your comment to the top of the comments. Yay! This is it. All right, I'm going to put that somewhere in the comments. All right, the rest of this we'll play with tonight. Yeah. So what am I going to do now? I don't know. Oh, so what I'm working with, yesterday I had all 3 palettes out. I was just like painting. So this is Artistro watercolor paint set. It's a family-owned business. I have their card here. Artistro, and you can get them at artistro.artsupplies on Instagram. Isn't that a beautiful, cute little family picture? Little girl. They have markers, acrylics, and of course watercolor now. So today is National Chinese Fortune Cookie Day. Did you know? Anytime you order Chinese, you get fortune cookies with it. I happen to have some right here. we're going to see what our fortune is. But do you know they did not originate in China? They originated in Japan. Japan is famous for its origami, its paper folding, and they started putting fortunes in these cookies. And I don't know how it got to be with the Chinese. It just came over to America and it became a Chinese thing. But it really originated in Japan. So the question is this writing Chinese or Japanese? I don't know. Anyway, let's find out what our fortune is. Mine better be a good one. Look. All right, what's our fortune? You got to read the fortune first. Then you can eat the cookie, right? I'm getting it all over my paints here. Okay. Welcome the change coming soon into your life. Woo! I'm not even going to open the other one because, look. Crunchy. Delicious. I'll be crunching for a while now. I'm trying. Let's get our paints wet. We want to get them nice and juicy. Juicy. Yesterday was the weirdest day. I had ordered on Amazon Prime Day, I ordered a mattress pad, like a 1-inch thick mattress pad. And I get this little box yesterday and it says twin on it. I'm like, no, I ordered a king size. So now I got to take that back. Then I find out that the frames that I ordered some clear ones and a black one, same company. Well, for some reason, they send the black one by UPS and the others by the post office. And the other ones, I get this message that says undeliverable. And that there was a shipping issue, and the ones from the post office, there's a shipping issue and that they're going to just refund me my money. What? And then I thought I bought 2 paintings from Royal Diamond Painting on the day that they had their flash sale. Well, I get a message from Royal Diamond Painting that you did not complete your purchase. And now they're back to regular price. So forget it. I'm not ordering it. I mean, I'll message the owner and I'll see if she'll honor the price. But man, that was my luck yesterday. I'm gonna stay off Amazon for a while. I know I ordered a king size. Why would I order a twin? I mean, and this, yeah, forget it. So I'm gonna go take it back and reorder a king. Yeah. But I won't get the Prime Day price, so, which is disappointing. Anyhow, let's do, what color should we do? There's colors I don't use very often that I should use. Oh, here's one I haven't used much. Let's do that one. It's like a red. So let's talk about the closing arguments in the Kevin Eastman trial. My word. Wow. Let's just say, wow. So they don't get started till 12:45. So Kevin Eastman is charged with first-degree murder of Scott Sessions, first-degree murder of Heather Frank, and tampering with the deceased of Heather Frank and Scott Sessions. Also charged with tampering with physical evidence as to Heather Frank and Scott Sessions. What do I want to do now? Let's pick another color, shall we? Let's do this one. Let's do this one. Actually, it's not dry enough yet. So the prosecutor starts out by saying, what is the common denominator here in this case? The common denominator is Kevin Eastman. Everything that goes on, the common denominator is Kevin Eastman. Now, he points out some things that I hadn't kind of figured out. He goes through the entire timeline. He's got his calendar up there. This is an interesting color. Let's try this one. And yeah, so I know I can't paint and talk at the same time. He says Heather Frank, she's living the good life. She's finally getting rid. She finally gets rid of this guy who's been abusing her. She's dating again. She's got a job that she loves. She's managing this restaurant. She's doing kind of well for herself. And, we got Kevin Eastman, who's down on his luck, living in his sister's house, unemployed, no money. According to his sister, he was getting his life back together, but not according to the prosecutor. The prosecutor said he's a broken man. So the morning that he gets locked out of his sister's house, Kevin Eastman, he spends the night in her driveway. This is the morning of the 8th. He leaves, and he drives to Heather Frank's house. Now, from my understanding, it's a bit of a distance from Parachute to Greeley, Colorado. And it would have taken him several hours, but he would have probably reached her home sometime around 4 o'clock, between 2 and 4 o'clock. So he gets there, and she tells him, I have a date tonight. You got to leave. Now, here's what the prosecutor pointed out. The text message to Scott Sessions isn't sent till 5:30 that evening, well after the time Kevin Eastman would have arrived at Heather Frank's home. So the prosecutor is insinuating that the text message was actually sent by Kevin Eastman using Heather Frank's phone, telling him, come on over, because up until this time, she had been ignoring him after their first date. So, but all of a sudden she texts him and tells him, come on over. So, was this legit? I don't know. He points out, that direct evidence is not the only evidence. Don't forget circumstantial evidence. You can convict somebody on circumstantial evidence. So he said, the sons were worried about Kevin Eastman. The hairdresser was worried about Kevin Eastman. The boss, Heather Frank's boss was worried about Kevin Eastman. Then here's something I didn't realize. As the next day, when both phones are going up to Pingree Park, where Scott Sessions' body is found, and we know that there were 2 tracks on either side of the truck that was parked there. But they found a 3rd set of footprints over by some wood, and they would have needed some wood to ignite the fire. So that brings into question whether Troy Bunnell was with them. But we only have 2 sets of footprints. Then fast forward, Heather calls in sick that day. That she goes up to Pingree Park. The next day she goes to work. The next day she goes to work. On the 15th, we see surveillance of Kevin Eastman leaving Heather Frank's home with Heather Frank. She is wearing the exact same clothes that she had on when they found her body, like a pink sweater. Now, by this time, the police, they've been investigating the murder of Scott Sessions. They have trackers on the car of Kevin Eastman. So they track that car, and it goes directly from Heather Frank's home to Troy Bunnell's property. But Heather Frank is never seen again until the next day when she's found dead. So use your common sense. What happened to her? So here's the timeline. At 1 p.m. on the 15th, Kevin Eastman goes to the Best Buy. He buys a phone. At 2:30, he goes to Walmart and buys a phone. At 3:30, he goes back to Best Buy and he returns the first phone that he bought. Apparently, he got a better deal at Walmart. At 5:12 p.m., his phone, the one that he's been using up until now, not the one he just bought, the one he's been using, does a factory reset. And at 5:14 p.m., he's seen leaving Heather Frank's home with Heather Frank in the clothes that she was found dead in. They arrive around 5:30 at Troy Bonnell's house. Now at 8:56, now Kevin Eastman is on the property. At 8:56, he leaves the property. He goes up to this river that they search and they never find anything. Now, I don't think they actually went into the river, but the belief is that he threw the gun into the river. And it's believed that by this time, Heather Frank was already dead, because then we know that by this time, Troy Bonnell's girlfriend has shown up and she knows that Kevin Eastman's there and Troy's there, and she stops to buy them energy drinks, and then she goes and she sees them. She never sees Heather Frank. He returns to the property at 9:42 p.m. Now, it's believed that this is the time frame that he's conversing with Troy Bonnell and Troy's girlfriend about work stuff. He leaves the property again at 12:42. And then at this point, he's just driving around. He comes back to Troy Bonnell's property at 6:49 a.m. Now, there's a detective that he's assigned to monitor, the tracker that they have on Kevin Eastman's vehicle. And he realizes that there's been a lot of movement. So he goes out to the Troy Bonnell property and he actually visualizes Kevin Eastman at the burn pile, burning, not the wood pile where the body was found, but the burn area, and he's burning trash. That's about 7:30 in the morning. At 9, Kevin Eastman leaves the property and goes to the Phillips 66 gas station with a gas can that he's going to fill up. It's at this point the detective decides, I gotta make this arrest, or he's gonna, I don't know what he's gonna do. So he arrests him. In his pocket are 3 live rounds of ammunition and 2 shell casings. And we know that in the cooler, he had a cooler, and we know it's his cooler. It was found in his vehicle. There was other stuff with his name on it in the cooler. There's a box of ammunition, and there are 6 bullets missing from this box of ammunition. So 5 are accounted for because those were in his pocket. Where is the 6th one? In Heather Frank's body. And it all happens to match the gun, the revolver that is never found. Troy Bonnell's revolver that he said he kept in the tool, those tall, I'm not a guy, those tall things that you keep the tools in. Yeah. So up until this point, now I've heard the prosecution, I'm thinking, whoa, did he do this? Oh my goodness. Maybe he did. So then the defense gets up there, and this woman was brilliant. I gotta say, she needs to be in politics. By the time she finished, she went on for the entire 2 hours, and I was riveted by what she had to say. She had this whole story of what happened, and clearly implicating Troy Bonnell. So her theory was, who killed Scott Sessions? It was Heather Frank. We know from what she told Kevin Eastman that she was sexually assaulted by Scott Sessions when he came over the first time. Now, maybe he was too drunk to realize that she was saying no, or maybe she was too drunk to have been properly communicating that she didn't want this action. Anyway, she's pissed off. She tells Kevin Eastman that, she said no and he kept going. She points out that when he is killed with the knife the cut goes downward. And if it had been Kevin Eastman, who's a tall person, it would have been upward. But Heather Frank is a shorter person, so that accounted for the downward motion. And they were very careful to ask the medical examiner, could this have been done by, if the knife was sharp enough, could it have been done by anybody, a smaller person? And the medical examiner said yes. So they're blaming that murder on Heather Frank. I want to do another blue. I haven't done a purple. Let's do a purple. Purple. So her argument was, you cannot convict somebody on hunches. You've got a hunch that maybe he killed Heather Frank. And, if you ever get a chance to listen to her closing argument, I mean, oh my God, when she got done, her partner hugged her. Like, she was talking about the Constitution and freedom. And like, I was just like, it was so good, that they're just trying to pin this on this guy, and that Troy Bonnell was involved, and that there was, meth involved, and that they were all doing, or that Troy Bonnell and Heather Frank were doing meth that night while Kevin Eastman's out driving around, apparently. I don't know if I believe that one, but in any case. So I do have up over on the community page, you can vote. I have two separate posts. One, if you think he's guilty, Kevin Eastman, of killing Heather Frank. Two, if you think he's guilty of killing Scott Sessions. Now, they were there late last night, so the jury is not beginning their deliberations till today. Want to see what I'm doing? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Pretty cool. So let's talk about the Nikolas Cruz trial. So what they did this time, because of yesterday's, or the debacle that happened the day before with the volume, and they have now shut off the volume. So no one can hear what's going on the videotape except the jury and the attorneys, of course, and the judge. But no one in the audience can hear it. Public can't hear it, nor can we see it. So for long periods of time, you're sitting there watching everybody do nothing. And then they have these sidebars that are also very lengthy. They're doing it by Bluetooth. So what we see yesterday is they start out by showing the surveillance video, which was lengthy. I think this shooting spree lasted just over 6 minutes. For 6 minutes, we're sitting there watching nothing because we're not allowed to see the video and we're not allowed to hear anything. So we're just sitting there for 6 minutes. And it's seen from several angles, so it was more than 6 minutes. And then they called several students to the stand. One of the students that they called was the one that ran into him in the hallway when he first entered the building. Nikolas did, and he was putting his gun together and getting his ammunition ready. And he tells this kid, "You better get out of here. Things are going to get bad." So this kid goes running for help. He identifies him in the courtroom as the shooter. He stands up and he points, like, this was his day in court. Then they bring other students in, one who was injured, who says she still suffers from pain to this day from the injury. This happened back in 2018. A lot of these kids, they were all freshmen at the time that this occurred. And most of them are in their second year of college, or they're on into careers now. But man, what they went through. So I don't know what's in store for today. We shall see. Let me finish up these flowers, guys, because, Gotta go to work. Work, work, work. I know, I said that really weird, didn't I? So I was looking up houses in Alaska, being wishful thinking, and then my Debbie Downer was saying, oh, you're too old. They're not going to hire you because, they're probably going to want a younger person, but, whatever. So I was looking at the housing. Here's the problem. I can afford the housing. I can afford, based on what this company is saying that they're paying, I could afford the housing, but here's the problem. I would have to rent, and nobody wants to rent to somebody who has big dogs. Just the way it is. I guess they think it's a liability. I don't know, or that the dogs are going to tear up their home. Little dogs are way more hyper than big dogs, so I don't know what the big deal is with the dogs, but it is what it is. So that's something I think if I do find a job somewhere else, I'm going to have to get a real estate agent to find me a home, that will accept dogs. I'm really lucky here. Well, first of all, that she allows large dogs. Yeah, I am very lucky. I'm making a mess here, but but it's a fun mess. Yeah. What color do I want to do? Oh, what's this one? What's this one? I'm just doing like some little accents here. So what happened this day in history? So I don't have a lot of lengthy things to talk about because most of them, there was the movie theater shooting in Aurora. I think it was Colorado again. The movie theater shooting. I didn't really want to talk about that. I'm done talking about shootings for the day. But I will tell you, let's go to baseball. In 1858, the first tickets were sold to a baseball game. Before that, it was free. Then they started selling tickets. 50 cents bought you a ticket to get to see the New York, I guess they were Yankees, I don't know, New York versus the Bronx, and New York won. But yeah, crazy, huh? What colors do I want to do here? Ooh, what, this one right here, the fluorescent. Ooh, that'll be cool. I don't know if this is dark enough though. We shall see. Too much water. Too much water. Actually, yeah, I think that'll be cool. I just want to finish this up so you guys can see it. All right. And I think we'll do what should we do here? Maybe this one here. I'm really playing, aren't I? We'll do this one here as well. The fun thing is just playing with the colors, and like you don't really care what color goes where, you're just having fun with it. All right, I think that's it. All right, it's not quite dry. Here's what I did today. So, composition. Then what I did on the one, like this one here, I took the glitter paint and then I just went around the flowers. They're still too wet to do that, but I will. Anyway, don't forget to look for this one somewhere in the video today and let me know the timestamp. I'll pin your comment to the top. So guys, that's the show for today. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. He wanted to play with the watercolors. I'm like, no, you're going to make a mess. Just go back to what you were doing. And please consider subscribing. It is absolutely free to subscribe. And the notification bell. You don't want to forget the notification bell because you never know when this show gets posted, depending on the upload speed of the internet. So, thanks, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tonight. I'll be live at 6 p.m. Central. Take care, everybody.